We're back at Mile High Stadium. Tony Ventrella with Gene Washington. Denver Broncos with a football. Number 7, John Elway, is in this football game, you can tell. And he's asking the crowd, hey, hold it down. I haven't done anything yet. Denver Bronco football, 3:20 to go. In the third quarter, they're trying to increase their lead. Elway
up in the air, could be intercepted.
Intercepted John Harris. Harris at the 35 to the 30. And he is finally tackled, actually, at about the 32. John Harris with a nice play.
This is one of those situations where the defensive drill comes in. You can see number 77, Jeff Bryant, sticks his hand up there, knocks the ball up in the air, and they practice this almost every day, those tip drills, and comes in handy. John Harris coming up with an interception, and he's a guy who's done that a few times.
1st and 10 on the 27. Pool and 1 with a setback. Elway was sacked. Jacob Green was coming. The second sack, and Elway goes down. Watch Jacob Green from the left side of your screen come into your picture. John Elway didn't have no direction to stand, come up in front. He couldn't step up. There's no place for him to go, and he got an institution there on how to get sacked. Claudia Cardinale, Stacey Keach, and here we go with Elway. He is sacked again. This time by Jeff Bryant. 3 sacks. Jeff Bryant gets one. The hardest time to protect your quarterback is when the defense knows that he's going to have to pass. Elway's getting good coverage out here. You can see Jacob Green coming in there, Bryant coming in late. John just has nowhere to turn around and go to. Right now, the defensive line for Seattle has got about 200 pounds on their fingertips and about 5 on their feet, and they're just taking off, forgetting about the run.
6-yard line, 3rd down goal to go. Elway, the quarterback. Pressure rolling out. Throws into coverage. Intercepted.
This reminds me of some of my younger days with the Dolphins when I had to do a lot of scrambling. Good reverse pivot. Problem now is you got to see the entire field. He saw his receiver, did not see the defensive back cutting in front inside of Riley Odoms.
To start this series. Big rush. And he just did get it away. Jacob Green in the face.
He just did get it away without getting caught because he obviously had no intended receiver. Tim Wright was somewhere within the vicinity. But they do call in the grass so often, and we see it being done now.
Down at the Seattle 33. Look out.
That'll be... Well, the official was barely able to throw the flag that time. They almost got him, too. But it seemed as though everyone else knew the whistle had blown. He's got a hold of John right now. He knows the play stopped. So do John's teammates.
And again, Elway just did get it underway. And let's see, it was picked off. Dave Brown on the interception. The pass intended for Steve Watson, but again the blitz. This time it was the outside linebacker, Greg Gaines, right at John Elway.
Well, he was in Elway's face, but John, that's the sort of play that sometimes these great arms make a mistake by trying to complete. He had nowhere to go. Watson was never in a position to catch any sort of reception. Brown was playing the short out all the way. John would have done better to just sling it down on the ground.
Denver first down at the 20, out of the eye. Elway, play action, stepping up, can't find anyone. Second sack of the day. Shelton Robinson getting to John Elway.
And if you'll notice closely, they're keeping both backs in. When they do that, they're a little lighter receivers. John, although he had plenty of time, had no receiver open.
Elway could be intercepted, and is. Simpson stepped out of bounds. No, he did not. 50, 40, 35-yard line. Keith
chance for you to watch Simpson as he works here. Dave Brown is the primary coverage man on Watson. There they are right in the middle of your picture. Now watch what happens when the two of them go up to battle for the ball. It's deflected. An excellent ball reaction by number 42, Keith Simpson.
Elway going deep for Johnson. Intercepted by Harris. 20, 30, 40. Down at the 44. John Harris, his 6th of the year.
That's twice today that we have seen Seahawk defensive backs pick up tipped balls. That ball bounced by Terry Jackson, number 24, right into the hands of John Harris. Another angle of that play is Elway unloads the ball deep. First he runs to get a little extra time, and then on the run, underthrows his pass. Timed very well by number 24, Jackson, right there, and bounced right into the hands of John Harris.
Seattle trailing 10-0 has the ball at the 44. Clock running, 5:17 left in the half. This is easily on a blitz. They're going for Watson. Intercepted by Simpson. Seattle's ball, the 3rd interception for the Seahawks.
Steve Watson coming straight after with Simpson on top of him. Now watch the end of this play. Watson throws Simpson out of bounds. His feet never did come down. The official made the decision that if he had come down, his feet would have touched inbounds. That was a fine choice by the official. Great play by Keith Simpson.
A 1-yard run by Elway for the Broncos, only touchdown. This is the last play of the half. Boy, he has an arm, doesn't he? Watson is down there, but so is Easley, and Easley has the interception, the 4th of the half for the team that leads the league in that department. The Seahawks have now extended their lead to 38. Elway needs 9 for a first down. Good pressure, and Joe Nash has his 5th sack of the year, the fumble after the whistle. Nash, a nose tackle, and how rare it is to find the man on the nose leading his team in sacks, but Nash has 5.
Nash will get the pressure. You'll see him coming from the left side here. See him coming right into your picture, working one-on-one on Howard. Gets away. Now Elway could not drop back. Wanted to spin out of there, but Bryant was coming from the backside. He had to step up. He stepped right into the grasp of number 72, Joe Nash.
7-0, 13 minutes left, first half, flag down. Elway is 2, back at the 41. Paul Moyer, number 21, just activated a day before this game, gets the sack, and I believe the penalty, Merlin, will be against him.
It's against Jeff Bryant.
Elway on a sprint out, and he ducks out of bounds at the 14, no gain. Elway, the leading rusher of AFC quarterbacks. And Reeves doesn't think that's necessarily a good idea.
I don't think he was happy about that play. I don't know whether Elway ran that on his own or...
Ooh. He wants to run. Fumbles. Oh, he blindly recovered his own fumble. He was tackled right into the ball, or that would have gone to Seattle. Elway from the shotgun. Oh! That's Bryant after Elway. All the way to the 20-yard line. A break for the Seahawks. Not a turnover, but they're going to get the ball back in good position.
Billy Bryant, the center, snapped a high one earlier to Elway, but watch it from the end zone. This one, there is no way that Elway could get up to pick it up. He does the smart thing. He covers that football, and Bryant alertly did not spear the quarterback.
Good protection. Now it breaks down, and Elway is sacked at the 24-yard line by Fred Young. Young, who leads Seattle in tackles this year. He's replaced Schultz and Robinson, one of those inside linebacker positions.
Great instincts for a linebacker, and he just fights his way in. He stopped several times, but won't quit. Elway trying to get away, and Young is lucky that he didn't get a hold of that face mask, put his hands on top of the helmet, and even that can draw a penalty.
3rd down and 6. That's Watson moving. Elway had a brief glimpse of a receiver, decided against it. Perhaps those 5 interceptions a week ago against Kansas City dictated he not throw it.
Well, you know, when a quarterback has 5 interceptions the week before, I promise you he's going to be a little tentative here. Man came clean right now, Joe Nash. Good pass rush, and he didn't have a receiver open against the Seattle Seahawks, so they may have John Elway's number.
3rd down 6, Elway in trouble.
They do this
That's
time.
Jacob Green. 2nd sack of Elway, and just about the same area, and just when Denver gets into Seattle territory, they get the big sack.
Now, this is all speed by Jacob Green. Jacob, in the second half of this season, he has really turned it on. This is his 12th sack of the season. He has had 7 forced fumbles. He's even scored 2 touchdowns. I don't know what else you want from a defensive end.
The Broncos trailing 17-0 halfway through the 2nd quarter. Pressure again on Elway, and a flag goes down. Now 2 flags, and Elway is sacked for the 3rd time, and we could also have holding. A little flaring of the tempers here, keeping with the spirit of the holidays, I presume. So we've had 3 different teams in the playoffs over the years. On 1st and 10 now. Denver looking for points. Flag goes down. Elway goes down also, so we could have holding, but it was Jacob Green again sacking John Elway.
Tell you, Billy Bryan just could not keep Jacob Green off the quarterback. Jacob just punished young Billy.
Billy did everything he can do, too, Joe.
You watch him get on Billy. He keeps pushing Billy back right here, number 64, number 79 on him. Billy looks like a retreat.
Watch this spin.
Looks like they're engaged. That is contact. Of course, Bryan was pulling out a little bit from the center. He never really got any kind of an edge, and Jacob Green just would not let up on him, or brought them ever so close by keeping late drives at the half or the game alive. We will not on this particular one, however. Jeff Bryant is there, and this Seattle defense all along, Jacob Green, Bryant, Nash, they have been pressuring Elway all night long.
We'll add a few more names after this.
Elway, 3rd and 5, ripping the ball, intercepted by Paul Moyer at the 40, 50, and Moyer out of bounds at the Denver 45-yard line. First interception of Elway today, Moyer's 3rd of the year.
An interception on a ball that was bounced out of the receiver's hands. And Moyer, who played so well in relief of Kenny Easley last week, comes up with a big play and a turnover. Vance Johnson gets a hand on it, but just hangs it up for Paul Moyer, who does a good job of running it back. And Seattle has what they needed desperately, a turnover, but now they've got to do something with it.
And there's the first sack of the game. The play is over, no fumble. They're rolling Elway in the grasp of Greg Gaines, 56.
Grasp and control is the ruling.
Gaines coming all the way around. Studdard, number 70, pushed him back, but Elway had to pull it down, and look how hard he has to fight. I don't know. That one looked like that might have been out of there unless the whistle was blown. Watch Elway's knees. The ball is loose. Well, almost simultaneously, I'd say.
NBC as a commentator. 3rd down play, 8 to go. Deflected, could be intercepted. Easley has it for Seattle at the 47-yard line of the Seahawks. So Elway's pass deflected at the line of scrimmage, and Easley, who was out last year with an injury, comes up with the intercept.
Easley, one of the most dominant defensive players in the NFL, and that's the kind of play he'll give you. He reads this well, and the thing to watch for is Easley's timing of his jump. Watch him as he stays down until the last possible second and goes as high as he can, like a baseball or basketball player going for the rebound.
Play action to Lang. Plenty of time for Elway. Ooh, hit hard out of bounds by Bosworth. As Bosworth and Elway. Boy, that's an expensive collision. That's a $23 million collision between Bosworth, 11 millions, and Elworth, who just signed for $12.7 million.
When Elway sprints to the outside, you've got to have someone with speed to track with him. Bosworth has that speed. He can run a 4.5. He gets there, and Elway thought he was going to make it out of bounds. Well, he did, but with a little help from the Boz.
Throws it away.
Elway, realizing who it was, bounced up and ran back to the huddle. Here it is, right here. There's the shot, Dick. And he came close to getting a penalty on it because he did go up toward the helmet.
Elway under pressure, lost it. And Denver got it back at the 17-yard line. Sammy Winder made the recovery. The pressure was applied by Jacob Green, and then Jeff Bryant got Elway.
That's the first sack. The first sack that the Seahawks have had in the last 3 weeks. Now it's 4 weeks. They have to put pressure on Elway. You see Jacob Green there right underneath. The ball fumbled away, and luckily the guy was right there to cover up on the ball. But they've got to put pressure on the quarterback. They haven't done it.
The thing is to try to get the pressure and at the same time contain him. John was looking for that seam up the middle. He couldn't find it, but he will at times tonight.
Denver has gone more and more to the shotgun, and now they'll do it on 3rd and 5. Blitz coming, got plenty of time, and rifles it, intercepted. Picked off by Melvin Jenkins. Jenkins back to the 37-yard line. There is a flag down on the play, hold everything. And we've got a fight on top of it.
The Seahawks think they got the ball back on a fumble.
Number 76, offense, penalty decline, first down.
So a big break for the Seahawks, and Melvin Jenkins, who played in the Canadian Football League, gets his 3rd interception.
John here makes a read on the defense, probably a throw he wish he had back. I think it sailed on him a little bit. Went right to the defender. He gets up the field. I think takeaway giveaway ratio is going to be so important tonight. If the Seahawks can get a couple of turnovers, they're going to be in this football game.
Elway, they kept him in the pocket, and they've got him at the 11. Green, Woods, Bryant, and Young all got a piece.
Boy, I tell you, that Jacob Green is tough.
Well, it takes all 7 people to contain a guy like Elway. They got a good rush here, but you see Freddie Young holding his ground outside and giving Elway no place to go when he wanted to break out of the pocket.
1st and 10, Denver. Elway rifles it over the middle. It's picked off by Easley. 30. This guy can run. Easley hit from behind, taken down at the 35. Tipped by Eugene Robinson, picked off by Easley, and a 22-yard interception return.
I'll tell you something. You need a truck to deliver Ken Easley's intangibles for a football team.
But Kenny Easley is one of the best safeties in this game, maybe one of the best safeties to ever play this game. Here he shows his good, quick reactions, and you're right, Mike, he can fly. So once he gets the football, you got to really be hustling to bring him down.
The 32nd career interception for the veteran out of UCLA. Denver 1st and 10 at the 17. Fake to Winder. Elway forced out of the pocket, almost lost the ball. Fred Young dragged him down. A sack for Fred Young. He leads this team in tackles and sacks. That's 8.5 this year.
Freddie Young, who's having an outstanding year, comes here on the blitz, makes a good move on the guard, gets around him. Good strength and power.
You spell Fred F-R-E-D-D. I asked him why the 2 D's in his first name. He said, man, I hit people so hard they stutter when they pronounce my name.
Never say die Elway, but he's sacked this time back at the 49. That is the 5th sack by the Seattle defense. What a great job they have done.
Broncos and Seahawks consider the opposition today their #1 rivals. Seahawks have surpassed the Raiders in the Broncos' opinion, and now Elway is swept under and does well to hold the ball as they whistle at dead. It's a sack back at the 15-yard line. Joe Nash and Alonzo Mitz put the heat on and got him. Alonzo Mitz, number 61, a defensive end from Florida, speaks as himself in the third person, much like Louis XIV. He calls himself the Warrior, says the Warrior's ready for a big game.
Well, this time the Warrior was just it wasn't a great pass rush by Seattle. They do get John Elway, but it was great coverage down the field by the Seattle Seahawks. So if they don't pick up the first down here, they got to go for it on 4th too.
Clock starts up down to 33 as Elway throws and he's picked off. Nesby Glasgow running it back, and he's not done as he crosses midfield with 26 seconds left. The clock is stopped. An interesting story. Nesby Glasgow, a standout player at the University of Washington and a longtime Colt with Baltimore and Indianapolis. He was waived this summer. He called Chuck Knox and asked for a tryout. They looked at him, they liked him, and he comes up with a play to stop a Denver drive.
He's just playing center fielder, 22. The ball was intended for Natil, 84. And eventually those 6 defensive quarterbacks lose track of exactly who's where.
Early in the 3rd quarter, temperature in the 70s, cloudless skies. Big rush, throw, and an interception. The ball is picked off by Melvin Jenkins, and he's not done till he's inside the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. So for a second time, John Elway, and that trumpets the last 2 passes that he's thrown that have been intercepted.
I think that ball was intended for Ricky Natil, and there's great coverage. Watch 21 at the bottom of your screen, sitting there looking at John Elway's eyes. Moyer makes the hit. Jenkins there on the interception. And then eventually Vance Johnson pulls him down trying to get the ball away, but the second turnover of the day by the Denver Broncos.
The deep back. Play fake to Dorsett. Elway gets a lot of time and runs out of it, and he is going to be
fumbled.
3 balls.
No sack.
They're going to call it a sack at the 10-yard line. Jacob Green is credited with it.
Second sack of the day. Again, great coverage by Seattle, and something you hear very, very seldom. The fans in Denver booing. Now watch Jacob Green, 79. He's on Lanier, 76. You can see they always got nobody to throw it to. A big arm on the leg. Jeff Bryant finally throws him down, but the sack counts, which Denver is grateful for.
But Green has been coming all day long from the left end, coming with a wide rush. This time he's being held, and he still is after Elway. Jacob Green trying to run him down, and Jacob Green gets him.
Wow.
That's why he's been to the Pro Bowl the last 2 years.
I think he got kicked right in the stomach, too. Jacob Green is down on the sideline. I think John Elway kicked him right in the stomach. I think Jacob Green landed right on John Elway's foot.
Look at that. Look, Lanier holding him.
And he's still not stopping him. Elway does a great job to keep his feet.
Nash on the run also, and Jacob Green going sideline to sideline to run down John Elway.
Well, that turned John Elway's ankle, it looked like there.
Tony Woods also came a hunting, a linebacker for Seattle. First down and 10. Free ball. Elway picks it up, and then he gets kissed by Tony Woods.
Coming in from the outside, Tony Woods, the right linebacker. And we've got a fight. Elway got away from Green. That slip. Recovered by Billy Bryan, the center. Pressure by Ken Clark.
Here you see Jacob Green come around the corner on Ken Lanier. Now he's just flat out running the tackle. He gets his helmet almost, or his hand on Elway's helmet. Now Elway's trying to buy some time. He loads once, the ball just slides out of his hand. That's a loose football. Billy Bryant does an excellent job of just fielding it and getting out of bounds. Doesn't matter. I don't think they'll try the quick kick now. What do you think? In 15 football games.
Elway waited as long as they could, and they've got him. And a flag is down. They've got a face mask. Wyman got there first, and then Jacob Green got there, and you could see Green look up at Elway as if to say, I'm sorry.
Well, you know, he gets ducking around and lowers that head, and they're grabbing anything they can to try and get their hands on him.
Face mask, number 79 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
And that wipes out a sack that he would have liked to have. Would have been his 8th.
See Elway dance around. They got people flying all over, and there's one of those, you know, I just, when do they call it flagrant? I mean,
Boy, no kidding.
I mean, they're talking about
The defensive foul was further behind the line of scrimmage than the ordinary penalty yardage. We moved the ball to the previous spot. It is still second down.
Whatever you say, Gord.
Merkel press, 50 cents.
Whatever you say.
They'll send you a copy.
Whatever you say. I don't think the people can afford a transcript for this one. But anyway, Denver has the ball. Seattle's on defense. And I'll tell you, I hope every owner in the National Football League is watching this telecast tonight. And when they have their meetings, wherever they have it, someplace sunny, warm, and beautiful, they sit down and the competition committee gets rid of this incidental grabbing of your head and just make it a penalty if somebody gets grabbed in the face, because somebody's going to get hurt and then they're all going to be sorry.
Second and goal from the 14. Jacob Green with a sack. And that time, no face mask, all quarterback. For 270 yards, but he's behind by 35 points. Loose ball, and Seattle has it. Recovered by Rufus Porter.
And Rufus Porter ran John Elway down as well. I mean, he's not only a special team star, he's trying to make an impact on the coaches and say, I can play as well.
It's a rookie from Southern.
There you see him run him down from behind. Now that right hand just slaps in. This is the way defensive backs do it. They try and reach over and knock the ball loose, particularly when you're dealing with a quarterback who's not used to carrying the football as much as John Elway.
Uh-oh. There's Rufus Porter.
Gerald Perry stayed in his stance a little bit too long here. He doesn't barely get a hand on Rufus Porter, number 97, going around. And that is the problem that he creates. The play before, he forces a penalty because Perry's concerned about him, and now he gets in on the sack.
6 defensive backs check in now for the Seahawks. Loose football on the floor. Jacob Green covers up on Elway, who goes down and picks up the football after the loose exchange. So Keith Karts and Elway cannot connect on the center snap. Mobley in motion, second down and 10. Jacob Green coming from the outside. Tip ball up for grabs, incomplete. Oh, did Jacob Green wipe out Elway? And the crowd applauds the Seahawk defense.
Jacob Green has 78 career sacks. That's the kind of pass rusher he is. He beats Lanier, number 76, to the outside. Oh, and just levels John Elway. Elway lucky to get up and healthy after that hit.
So it's third down and 10 from the 31. Let's see if Seattle really pins their ears back and come on this play. 4 wide receivers in now. Elway can't hear. He's looking back at the referee, who is holding his arm up.
Let's listen to Johnny Greer. For the first time today, now the clock ran down on Elway, but of course he was looking back at the referee Greer, who was holding his arm in the air.
Now, as loud as this stadium is, this year, since the new rule has been put in place, this crowd has never been called.
No foul. No foul. Third down.
This crowd has never been called for being too loud. And in all stadiums that you would imagine, this is the stadium that is the loudest in the league.
In fact, look at what Fred Smerlas said about this crowd here in the Kingdom. You wish you had a fire hose so you could shut them up. A little bit strong, I feel, by Fred Smerlas. There's the warning from the official. Now, he was holding his arm up. Had he pointed at Elway, that would have meant that John would have had to run the play, right?
That's exactly right. Chuck Knox on the sideline, if I'm a lip reader, I think he said, let him play,
Elway now gets the official to point at him and says, run the play. He's looking at him again. Johnny Greer says, run the play. Incidentally, it's 3rd and 10. He gets away. Again, but not that time. Porter got him.
Rufus Porter gets knocked down on this play. He gets blocked twice and still makes the sack. Take a look at him, 97. Coming from the left part of your screen, he gets run around once. He gets up and blocked again, and guess who makes the sack? It's number 97, Rufus Porter, an amazing player.
In the starting blocks to try and get at Elway. Big rush, goodbye. Give it to Jeff Bryant, the 3rd time today. Elway's been sacked.
And the reason Bryant was able to get inside is because the Broncos decided to try to help on Porter. See, right part of your screen, they put Winder over there. There's nobody to help inside, and Bryant gets in for the sack. Left part of your screen, Winder 23, helping on Porter on the outside. That leaves the guard inside all alone.
Well, to keep the drive going now, they've got to connect here. 3rd down and 8. Rufus Porter, watch him now as he comes from the outside. Elway's running right into him, and then right into another man, and Joe Nash knocks him down. It's the 4th sack of the day of Elway. First it was Porter, and then running away, Elway ran right into Nash.
Gerald Perry, number 60, doesn't do a bad job on Porter. Gets him outside, gets those arms out, keeps him out there. He does a great job, the best that he's done, but that allows the inside play of Joe Nash to come up inside.
Orson Mobley moves in motion. It's 1st and 10 for Denver. Elway fumbles the snap. There's a loose football. Seattle's pointing that they have it, and they do. Comes up with the football for the Seahawks, and that's a big wake-up call for this Kingdom crowd.
This is the 2nd time today that Karch, number 72, and Elway have had trouble at the center exchange. They pulled Doug Waddell, number 67, across, and that's what prevented Elway from hopping onto the football.